Thank you. So just in the perspective of the question, let me share some numbers. So we at One Beverages, we do nearly, or we did last year, say around 1,200 million cases. And one case is approximately 24 bottles, and one bottle by definition is around 250 ml. So you can do the maths, keep on multiplying. That's the kind of supply chain or procurement that has to go. And there are a number of bottlers in India. So as an industry, again, for numbers, we are growing at, the beverage industry is growing at around 7% CAGR every year. So on these number basis, then the question becomes valid: what do we do for the supply chain resilience? So the diversification of the supplier base is very, very, very important. At these volumes, the mantra of the management, what is needed, it moves from cost reduction to the supply is going on at all costs. But as a procurement person, you need to balance everything. It's like, so it's the production going on at all costs, it's also your responsibility to do the cost effectiveness. And one of the levers to do that is through supplier diversification. We are talking about resilience. So the first aspect which the supplier diversification impacts is the resilience. You have an alternative in play. One fails, there's no single point of failure. That's the motto. So you have an alternative, whether it's a 20% share of business, 80% share of business. You can manage by the L1, L2, or like Narwhal rightly said, the TCO, which is now, I won't say being followed, but slowly being followed, or have to be followed in the industry. That's the total cost of ownership. So the same concepts which were there earlier, these are evolving. L1, L2, yes, but not at a capex point of view. Maybe you add the OPEX maintenance, make it a TCO analysis, and go for the supplier diversification. Another aspect is the speed and agility. So more suppliers, maybe if it's a big company like the beverage industry, it's spread all across the country. You can't just wait. Some products are perishable, especially the based ones. So you need near sourcing, provided the costs are right. So near sourcing helps, one thing in diversification. Another is being nearer to the market, either the factory or the market also. So you reduce the time, the supply chain becomes agile. And third very important thing is the basic, it's been there always, not more, I would say the multiple suppliers are better than a single sourcing supplier unless it's a monopolistic business. Simply because you generate healthy competition. And especially in these days, the geopolitical scenario, you are taking a look, I mean, you